Crocker said the curse of the Bambino is the greatest curse in sports history. Could you imagine winning 5 of the first 15 World Series and then going on an 86-year losing drought? I've done an abundant amount of research on the Boston Red Sox and the curse of the Bambino. There are 3 parts to the curse of the Bambino. First is Harry Freese trading the greatest baseball player ever, Babe Ruth. Second is the 86-year losing drought the Boston Red Sox endured. And third is the Boston Red Sox winning in 2004 to reverse the curse. First, let's talk a little bit about Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was one of the greatest baseball players who ever lived. He was a great pitcher, fielder, and still is one of the best hitters of all time. Dan Ezekiel said Babe Ruth was unstoppable. During his 4 years with the franchise, the Red Sox won 3 World Series. Harry Freese traded Babe Ruth for $100,000 and $300,000 mortgage on Fenway Park. The reason behind this was because $300,000 was to buy Fenway Park so he could stay an owner of it. He was afraid the other owners were going to kick him out, but he figured if he owned the park, they could. The $100,000 was supposed to go to buying new players for Boston to be a dominant force in the league. This did not happen, though. He spent the $100,000 on his Broadway production, No No Manatee. This infuriated fans for years. Harry Freese traded Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees. This is Boston Red Sox arch rival. And during the 86-year losing drought the Red Sox endured, the Yankees won 26 world championships. This is more than any other team in major leagues. This was the start of the curse. 10 years, the first 10 seasons after they traded Babe Ruth, they finished dead last 8 out of 10 of the seasons. And in one of those seasons, they lost 111 baseball games. This is awful. This is still one of the worst records to this day. During the 86-year drought, though, they did have 3 chances to break the curse and win a World Series. The first one came in 1946. They had a chance to beat the Cardinals in the World Series. In Game 6, the shortstop hesitated to throw a ball at home, and the guy was safe. They ended up losing Game 6 and lost Game 7 to the Cardinals to lose the World Series. To this day, fans still think the reason the shortstop held the ball and hesitated was because of the curse. They believed it wasn't the time to reverse the curse. The next chance they had to break the curse was in 1967. In 1967, they played the Cardinals again for the World Series. They lost in Game 7 again and didn't break the curse once again in 1967. The next chance they had was in 1986. In 1986, they played the New York Mets. They thought this was their year. They were up 3-2 on the New York Mets going into Game 6. They had them down to their last out. It was the 9th inning, 2 outs. All they needed was 1 more out, and they'd be World Series champions. An easy, slow roller was hit to first baseman Billy Buckner. Billy Buckner has fielded this ball 1,000,000 times in his life. An easy out for the Red Sox to win the World Series. But for some reason, this time, he ran over, got down, the ball went straight through his legs. The Mets scored, and they won Game 6. They would have to play Game 7. During the Game 7, the Red Sox were up 3-0 for most of the game. They blew that lead late in the game and would lose Game 7 and ultimately lose the World Series once again. Fans were crushed. Fans just thought this was their year. They thought they were finally going to break the curse. The next chance they had was in 2004. 2004, they played the New York Yankees, their rivals, the ones that started the curse of the Bambino. They played them in the ALCS. The New York Yankees went up on 3-0, and no team has ever came back from a 3-0 deficit. Everybody, the sports announcers, everybody thought it was over, other than Red Sox fans and the Red Sox themselves. The fans were saying reverse the curse. That was their chant. They thought this was the year and it was going to be done. The Red Sox came back and reversed the curse by winning 4 straight games in the ALCS. they would go on to play the Cardinals in the World Series. Now, the Cardinals were the team that beat them 2 out of 3 of the World Series before this. This would not happen this time. They swept the Cardinals in 4 straight games. The curse was over. They finally broke the curse. And fans believe the reason this curse was finally broken in 2004 was because the Red Sox had to do something so crazy, so unreal, something that no one has ever done, like come back from a 3-0 deficit to the New York Yankees in the ALCS. The curse started with Babe Ruth being traded to the New York Yankees. This was all because Harry Freese got greedy and wanted to pay for no name the T. Also, he got greedy and didn't want to lose his ownership of the Boston Red Sox. The curse was finally broken in 2004. This year was crazy. No one has ever seen a team come back from a 3-0 deficit in the ALCS. And to this day, that is what people believe the reason they broke the curse. They needed to do something so crazy, so unreal, something no one has ever done to finally break the curse